Roll call.
Mr. Montgomery,
Here.
Mr. Smith, absent. Mr. Hammonds, absent. Mr. Darby,
Here.
Mr. Williams,
Here.
Mr. Free, absent. Mr. Maggio.
Here.
Council, we have a quorum. In accordance with Louisiana open meetings laws and the adopted Bossier City Council meeting rules resolution, the City Council asks for order and decorum at our meetings. Please silence your cell phones. Anyone wishing to address the council on any agenda items may approach and state their names and address for the record and shall be permitted 3 minutes to make their comments on the particular item that's up for discussion, with up to 4 speakers per side. Any person making personal, impertinent, or slanderous remarks, or who shall become boisterous while addressing the council, shall be forthwith, by the President Pro Tem, barred from further audience before the council, unless permission to continue be granted by a majority vote of the council. All remarks shall be addressed to the council as a body and not to any member thereof. No questions shall be asked a councilperson or the mayor except through the meeting chair. All other members are asked to observe the meeting quietly. The City Council has appointed the city marshals as the sergeant at arms, and they have been instructed to maintain decorum and ask anyone in violation to step out of the meeting.
All right, Kessel, need a motion to approve the day's agenda. So moved. Second. Council, any questions? Any questions from the audience?
West Marriott, Sobo Live, 211 Shadow Ridge Drive, Bossier City. Council members, I oppose this agenda. We're here today at yet another one of your infamous special meetings. Special indeed, not because there's an emergency, but because this council has a notorious habit of sneaking controversial business past the citizens, at times calculated to minimize public oversight. Let's examine your last 4 special emergencies. February 1, 2023, a special meeting at 10 a.m. on a Wednesday to grant Brookshire's an alcohol permit. Tell me, council, was that really an emergency? Did shoppers urgently need their liquor before noon? Or was this an attempt to slide a permit through quietly? June 27, 2023, another special meeting, this time to casually toss an extra $200,000 into the Walter O. Bigby Carriageway project. A decade-long ordeal already costing tens of millions. Was this sudden infusion of cash truly urgent, or just more careless spending without public scrutiny? October 10th, 2024, perhaps your most disgraceful special meeting. A rushed effort to force your blatantly illegal city charter onto voters. A charter so flawed, so rejected, it crashed spectacularly at the ballot box just last month. Where was the emergency other than your frantic desperation to undermine the people's petition? And now today, April 17th of 2025, you've called yet another urgent gathering. Why? To hurriedly change your rules of decorum, conveniently just as you face deposition in my federal lawsuit, Marriott v. Bossier City. You know the one, the lawsuit where half of you stand accused of violating the First Amendment rights of the very citizens you're supposed to represent. Let's be clear, none of these are emergencies. But we have faced real crises in this city. In April of last year, police officers felt so unheard, so neglected, they resorted to purchasing a billboard in the center of town just to draw attention to their mistreatment. That, council members, was a real emergency. And back in February of 21, the city faced sub-freezing temperatures for a week, tens of thousands without power, water lines bursting across town, an actual crisis affecting families in Bossier City. Did we see a special meeting then? Of course not. Your behavior, consistently choosing convenience over transparency, selfish interests over public good, is exactly why this meeting today is such a farce. Your priorities are clear. Quick action when it suits you. Silence when your constituents desperately need leadership. The self-serving, entitled approach to governance has defined your legacy. The people of Bossier City see right through it. This meeting, this agenda, and your shameless maneuvering should be rejected outright. Thank you.
David Crockett, 653 Dumaine Drive, Bossier City, Louisiana. Great comments from Mr. Marriott. I believe that this is a really important issue for the city to address, but not in a special meeting. Bossier City has had problems for the last 4 years with the way you run the decorum in your meetings. You have city councilmen trying to order the sergeant at arms to come and put his hands on the people in Bossier City. City councilman, what do your rules say? The sergeant at arms is the sheriff or the police. They shall carry out the orders of the pro tem, not a councilman. In the last meeting, you could be discussing rules that will change and improve the behavior of your councilman as well as the citizens, if the citizens would agree with what you were doing. But your behavior in the last 4 years has been atrocious, Mr. President. Why would you let a city councilman direct your sergeant at arms to come and lay hands on a citizen?
Let me interrupt you.
Please don't interrupt me.
You need to be talking about
The agenda. Why aren't you in this agenda seeking a method to control your council instead of correct the behavior that you should have corrected a year ago when the lawsuit came up? Your agenda is not serving the people. That is what my comment is about. Please don't interrupt me. That's one of the problems that we have. And you don't have a right to violate my First Amendment rights to come and talk about your agenda, Mr. President. So you could be making changes that would make Bossier City respect this council more, but the behavior, I was point of ordered 3 times to get me out of a meeting where I was trying to comment on the debt in Bossier City, the debt per capita, when you were approving new vehicles to borrow money or lengthen the debt of Bossier City. I find it ironic that here we sit today. You're really making another farce of what you have stood for the last year since Mr. Marriott tried to defend the right of the citizens in Bossier City. What happened in the last meeting, Mr. Cheatham was trying to apologize to you, Mr. President, and your councilman ordered your sergeant at arms to violate his right in a non-meeting to approach your dais. You let other citizens do that repeatedly, but when Mr. Cheatham, who unbeknownst to the councilman walking out of the non-meeting, ordered your marshal to lay hands on a citizen in Bossier City, I have great respect for Mr. Cheatham. He should be complaining to every one of you guys. I don't know who his councilman is, but I hope he defends you. Thank you.
Good almost afternoon. Cassie Rogers, Bossier City, Louisiana, 71112. Code of Ordinances, Supplement 22, online content that was updated on April 15th of 2025. Ordinance number 111-2024, which was adopted on November 5th, 2024, states, the effect or repeal of ordinances. In the second paragraph of that, it shall not affect any punishment or penalty incurred before the repeal took effect, or any suit, prosecution, or proceeding pending at the time of repeal for an offense committed under the ordinance repealed. That's Code 1980, subsection 1 through 4. I have learned, unfortunately, that these things won't be followed. These are your own written words. If you vote in favor of this, it will be considered malfeasance, much like some of the other things that have happened. But, Mr. President, you and I were probably the only ones with the advantage point of what happened on Friday. I was standing closer to the back. I apologize if I'm shaking or I got into a car accident, so I'm not myself. Otherwise, I probably would have been as close to in between Mr. Cheatham and Mr. Whitman as I could have gotten on Friday. I commend you for listening to him and everything that he had to say. But Section 38 of those same ordinances, 38-276, reckless conduct states, it shall be unlawful for anyone to act in any reckless manner that would intimidate another or intentionally or in a criminally negligent manner create an unsafe condition for another person. I ask you today, Mr. President, what is the consequence for what one of the other council members did on Friday? Is there any consequence for him? Because I do not see it. And if you also look at Louisiana Revised Statute 14, colon 134, subpart F, misconduct and corrupt practices, subsection 134 for malfeasance in office. And then again in section 4, you will find, I'm sorry, I'm trying to read it verbatim. Section 4, you will find anyone willingly and knowingly subject any person to the deprivation of any right, privilege, or immunity secured or protected by the United States Constitution and laws if serious bodily injury or death results. Now I ask you, Mr. Cheatham's health, he could have very easily been harmed. So I ask you again, Mr. President, what are the consequences? You're the president. You have every right to uphold a consequence in this chambers. In case anyone has forgotten or will forget, this is the people's chambers.
Okay.
You're elected by.
All right, new business.
We still have to,
Oh, I'm sorry.
any other comment?
You have a comment? All right, we need a motion to approve today's agenda.
We already have a motion and a second.
Got a second? Okay. Council, please cast your vote.
Motion carries unanimously. Sir, what?
All right, new business.
New business. Adopt a resolution repealing and reenacting Resolution 1 of 2024 for the organization of the City Council, providing rules for the council and otherwise providing with respect thereto. First and final reading.
So moved. Second. Council, any questions? Any questions from the audience? Councilman Cat.
David Crockett, 653 Dumaine Drive, Bossier City, Louisiana. I wish I had talked to you before the meeting. I would, for one time, I'd like to hear at least one brave councilman raise the issue that we need to have a discussion on this matter. The city attorney, ask the city attorney, why are we doing this? Why is this a rush meeting? If this is for the intent purpose of avoiding the lawsuit or the depositions that you're all going to have to make, what a cowardice. What a cowardice. Answer your depositions and then change your rules and then make it moot. The people of Bossier City are tired of having you councilmen who've been in here forever not answering questions, not having discussion, not getting
Mr.
information.
Crockett, we're not talking about a lawsuit. We're talking about item number 1. So
I'm talking about, what was item number 1? I thought item number 1 was yeah, that's the issue that we're talking about. That's what I'm talking
the
about.
lawsuit, okay?
It's about the lawsuit. That is what it's about, Mr. Williams, and you don't get to interpret my remarks.
Oh, yes, I do. If it's not about the item.
Well, you don't get to infringe on my First Amendment rights. That's what got you in this position to begin with. So my comment is, where are the brave councilmen? You shouldn't be voting for this. You should be voting for the people. You are elected by the people. You're elected by the people. So are you defending errant behavior of city councilmen? Is that what this is all about? Because that's what it is all about. Or are you voting in favor of the people who need to be defended? You go into your private meetings. You discuss how you're going to vote ahead of time. We know that. We have evidence of that. Mr. President, I see you shake your head. So that's what got you into this trouble. So as you walk out of this dais, as you end your terms, you can end it with courage and not vote for this item. Take your depositions. Follow up in a way with courage rather than turning your back to the people. Thank you.
Name's Ronald Cheatham, 1923 Risley Drive, Bossier City, Louisiana. I'm here today like I was the other day, and that's to apologize. You gonna turn me off? Or to apologize to everybody. You all pretty know how I feel about everything that the council has been doing in the past. But I apologize for what I said to y'all, all y'all, some of which is not here. I was out of line on what I was saying, but I'm gonna let you know this. I believed every word that I said. And y'all need some help. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Cheatham. Council, any questions? Say again.
Any more public comment?
Any more public comment?
We have a motion by Mr. Montgomery and a second by Mr. Maggio.
Council, please cast your vote.
Motion carries.
Any announcements?
No, sir.
All right, meeting adjourned.